What's going on, everybody? Spaceballs here. Welcome back to another Skylanders video. And today, guys, we are bringing back the grind is real. As you guys know, in all these gacha games, the grind is always real. And if you guys know me way back when I started content creation with CCG, Calibrio Crystal Guardians, we had a series called The Grind is Real. And that was where I went over my progression, what I was farming, and why. And that used to be a weekly series. And I want to bring that back in Skylanders, but I want to make it a monthly series where I show you guys my progression, where I am for the month, when I'm farming, and why, what my current team looks like, or should I say what my current box looks like, what I'm building, and just my overall progression and what I'm clearing in the game. So let's get right into this one. I always love this series. This is such a fun series. So first thing, we're going to go over the Skylanders. So I'm going to go over my current team here, my main team, what I've been building for the past month. Now this game has been out for about 4 weeks. I've been playing since the beginning. And I was able to max out one team except for Stink Bomb. I only have him transcended to level 3, but I should be able to finish him up by tomorrow. And then my main first team will be completely maxed, and that took me 4 weeks. So pretty much 1 week a Skylander. It's actually not that bad when you think about it, but this game is really resource heavy, and it does cost a lot to max out a Skylander. And if you take notice here, none of these Skylanders are legendary, because honestly, I wouldn't have had the resources to max out a legendary Skylander, especially when it comes to their skills. So first up here, we got Road Brawler. I'll click the battle power so you can see all the stats. Now in other videos, I went over all of their runes. Quickly go over them here again. I'll click them so you can see them. The only thing I can do now is upgrade her gear, as in to level 15, or switch it to 6-star gear, which I don't think I'll be doing for a long time, because the gold cost of upgrading gear in this game is absolutely insane. And it literally costed me almost 6 million gold to get this one to level 12. It is really insane what it costs to upgrade artifacts / runes in this game. Now, I'm not saying it shouldn't be hard, but it should not be this costly, especially when it costs 2 currencies. It's just a little bit of a turnoff sometimes. And I know a lot of new players and free-to-play players probably rage quit when this happens to them, because they spend like 2 or 3 days farming up gold, and then they literally don't even get one upgrade out of it. So that could be a huge turnoff. So this is her current gear that I have on her. And with Road Brawler, I just focused on attack, accuracy, crit rate, and crit damage. Attack and accuracy as the main, and then crit rate and crit damage as the secondaries. And if you look, almost every single artifact either has crit rate or attack on it, along with accuracy and then crit damage if it's a perfect rune, which those are really hard to come by. And looking at this piece here, this is actually a perfect piece of gear. So when you're runing up your attackers, this is the kind of gear you're looking for: accuracy, crit rate, high attack, and crit damage. It doesn't get any better than this, to be honest. So that is Road Brawler. She is totally maxed out, like I said, except for her gear being level 15, which is going to take me a long time to do that. Then we have Stink Bomb. He's just missing 2 Transcendents, which I'll be able to do that soon. It just costs so much gold to combine your blues into purples. It literally cost me like 3 million gold to get him to level 3. And then same thing with Stink Bomb. I'm focusing on accuracy, attack, crit rate, and crit damage, because I want him to land his debuffs and I want him to do as much damage as possible. And then also a little bit of HP if I can't get the other stats that I'm looking for. These shoes I'm actually going to change in the future. I'm not too happy with them. I mean, defense penetration isn't bad, but the accuracy and the boost rate are really low. So I'll change those once I can. Same thing with this piece here. It's not terrible. It's giving him a little bit of tanky stats and then crit rate and crit damage. Not the worst gear, but I do want to change it for a 5-star piece of gear. And then here we got attack, crit rate, accuracy, and resistance. I wish this didn't roll resistance, but that's okay. Can't always have perfect rolls and stats. And then here again, we got crit rates, crit damage, and accuracy. And then I'll show you his overall stats here. I'm mostly aiming for 2,000 attack on my attackers, or above 2,000 attack. As much crit rate and crit damage as I can get, and also as much effect accuracy as I can get as well. I don't think effect accuracy is capped in this game. I'm not 100% sure on that, but the way it looks, it is not. So that's why I like to stack as much as I can. And as far as the skills go, they're almost done. I think I have a few more to do. I just did Road Brawlers first, and then I went to Stink Bomb, because heroics are not as easy as rares, let me tell you. So then we have Stealth Elf. She is a god for a rare unit. You guys know that. I'm always praising my Stealth Elf. So again, I'll show you her overall stats. 2100 attack, 105 effect accuracy. Now in the future, when I start getting 6-star gear, I would like to get the evasion rate up as well. But for right now, I'm only worried about, damage stats, as in crit rate, attack, crit damage, and accuracy. So this is our slot 1. Again, you're going to see the same thing you see on all of my other Skylanders, like Roll Brawler and Stink Bomb. I'm trying to ruin her the exact same way. Except for Stealth Elf, I'm trying to get a little bit more crit rate, which you can see in her overall stats. I did. We got the slot 2. Again, attack, crit rate, accuracy, crit damage. Again, these shoes I'm not too happy with, but for some reason, boots, are the hardest thing for me to get in these C5 runs. I don't know why, but they just drop the least, or at least the ones I want drop the least. Let me know in the comments if you guys have the same problem. Here we got 70% crit rate. I'll probably never change this. This is a beautiful piece of gear. Yes, I don't like the defense too much, but it's never a bad thing to have a little bit of tanky stats on your attacker. So they're not so much as a glass cannon. Then we got the body here, crit rate, attack, crit damage, resistance. Again, if I could change anything, it would be the resistance. And then we got the slot 6. Again, crit damage, crit rate, accuracy, HP. And also notice I haven't used any scrolls yet, or I haven't used any sets of scrolls yet on my Skylanders. I'll be doing that this week, where I put them on full sets of lifesteal. And that is also going to make them a little bit stronger. And then last on the list here, we have Flashwing. Now, as far as Flashwing goes, she doesn't really need much. I can actually change her gear and make her a lot stronger. Take note that I do have a full set of lifesteal on her. That's why I didn't go so crazy with changing her runes around, because she actually never dies for me. So I'm actually fine with her the way she is. The only thing I do want to change is this crit rate. And that's because in the old version of this game, they used to have something called the crit heal. So when a healer would crit, it would automatically heal. They actually changed that to boosting. And now it's actually based off of the boosting effect. So as you see here, the boosting rate. So it actually scales off of that. So the higher boosting rate you have, if that procs, then you will get a crit heal. Same thing with an attacker. So just keep that in mind. It's not the way it used to be when you crit, you heal. You actually have to proc the boosting rate to get that crit heal. So I'll be changing this as soon as I can. Again, rings have been a little rough for me. I really don't want to put effect accuracy. I think I'm going to go with resistance when I get a 5-star one with a lot of HP and defense on it. This is the slot 2. Again, with Flashwing, I'm just going for like attack, HP, defense, and accuracy, and some resistance. In the future, I think I'm going to go high resistance, high accuracy for the defense break. Now, I don't really need to go high accuracy. I don't need to waste a ring with accuracy. I could probably go like double resistance. I haven't seen any HP or defense rings. I don't know if they exist. Maybe I'll put a crit damage one. We'll have to see what happens in the future. But for now, I just tried to get defense, some crit rate, attack. This way she does do a little bit of damage along with the rest of my damage dealers. And this is her overall stats. She is completely maxed out. Same with Stealth Elf. All the skills, all of the transcending, awakening, boosting, all of that is maxed out. Her HP is a little low. I'd like to have this at 10k. And hopefully once I switch out this crit rate piece, I can get her to 10k. And same thing with effect resistance. I would like to get this to 100%. So that is my goal for Flashwing in the future. Now, as far as everything else goes, I haven't tried to even build anything else. Everything else that you see built here was when I first started playing. And I started building my bomb team. And I noticed that the bomb team wasn't going too far for me. So I switched over to a poison diminished team. Honestly, I'm just hoping to pull a Bloom Bloom so I can complete my team. I'm going to switch Stealth Elf out for Boom Bloom, and it's not that Stealth Elf is bad. It's just that Boom Bloom is going to fit in this team a lot better. I'll still use Stealth Elf for other things, especially with this new PvP content coming where you need a lot of Skylanders for it. So I'll definitely get use out of my Stealth Elf. I actually recently just pulled Pit Boss, and I'm really excited about this because he has a really good passive, and he is going to be great on my arena defense. So I'm very excited about pulling him. Now, it's really hard to build these Nat 5s, so it's going to take me some time. But I'm going to try to slowly build him up as I move forward. So I'll work on him this month. And like I always tell you guys, the grind is real in these gacha games. But in Skylanders, the grind is super real. It is insane how much you have to grind in this game. It's the most grindiest game I've ever played. And I think that's why a lot of people love it, because of how grindy it is. It brings back that old school gacha of just having to grind, 24/7. Some people like that, some people don't. Honestly, I've always been a fan of that all-day grinding. That's just the way I like to play my gacha games. I like to be able to grind it 24/7 if I want to. So that is my current box. So from here, we're going to probably move on to Tip, Smolder Dash. I want to build Nightfall and Pit Boss. I'll probably work on something like that for my arena defense. I'll have to see what I can actually do this week. Now, as far as arena goes, I've been pushing this at the end of the week. I recommend you guys do the same so you can collect these arena medals. You get a lot of arena medals when you clear in the top 300. So what I try to do here is keep myself in the top 300 all week long. This way, at the end of the week, I can push the last 2 days, get to like that, 250, 200 area, and then I'm receiving a ton of arena medals. With all these arena medals, this is how I was able to actually upgrade most of my Skylanders, especially as a free-to-play player. Now, I'm considering buying Blackout this month. I'm not sure yet, but being I have so many medals and my main team is maxed, I'm really considering buying this Blackout ticket, because if I don't pull Boom Bloom, he will actually fit my team too, as in taking out Stealth Elf and putting in Blackout. So that's another decision I have to make this week. So I most likely will. And then I think the month is almost over, so I can actually buy 2 of these and then get him super boosted once. And then next month I can get him twice, and then he'll be usable. Because I believe any Skylander in this game, especially in LD, as long as it's super boosted, twice or 3 times, makes it usable. Now, I'm not saying it's the best, and I'm not saying you won't get outshined by somebody that has a max super boosted, but I believe, in the everyday farming content, 2 to 3 super boosts is fine to start building that Skylander. And especially with LDs, because those are tough because they don't have any way to get LD keys in the game yet. So that's what I'm doing in the shop. And then if I need to upgrade something, I will buy these, Awakening Stones and Evolution Splendors. I'll probably never buy the Portal Master stuff, just for the fact that I think building Skylanders is more important. Maybe in the future when I get more late game and I'm really pushing Arena and this new content comes out, I will worry more about, skilling up my actual Portal Masters. But for now, I'm going to leave it alone. Now, as far as the everyday challenges go, I am clearing 2F in the Scroll Dungeon. And that's only because I'm not clearing Cyclops 6, and you can only get these feathers from C6. So for now, I can only do 2F, which is fine because I don't really use much scrolls yet anyways. Eventually, I'm going to try to get my main team on as many scrolls as possible, which I have a scroll video, and I'll link it down below. As far as Merge Tower goes, I'm going to try to finish this tonight on stream. We just have 4 floors left. Shouldn't be an issue. I'll let you know how that goes. And if you want to see it live, my Twitch is linked down below. As far as Dark Sub goes, I'm finishing in like the top 400, maybe 300, depends. Not as high as I would like to be, but as a free-to-play player, this is tough, and I auto everything because I'm a lazy gamer. If I sat here and manualed it, I'd probably be able to get a lot higher. But you guys know me, I'm a lazy gamer. I auto everything. That's just the way I am. But I do clear this in probably the top 300 to 400. Cyclops, you guys know I'm clearing C5. I'm almost ready to start clearing C6. I'm going to try to do it this week and see what happens. I think I need to switch out Stealth Elf before I actually make the switch from C5 to C6. But I will do some testing this week and see what I can do. And the Awakening Dungeon, I am clearing 4F. Now, the drops are no better from 3F to 4F, let me tell you. So if you're not clearing 4F, do not worry about it. Because I'm still yet to get a gold drop from 4F, and I've been doing it for about a week. My most common drop here is blue and mostly green. So doing 3F is not an issue. So if you're stuck in 3F, don't worry about it. We're not getting golds anyways. That's another thing they need to address. The drop rates in this game are awful, especially when you can only do it 10 times a day. And the fact that you'll never get a gold anyways just makes it for a terrible experience. So hopefully they fix that in the future. And as far as my everyday gold farming goes, I am in 4-7. This is what's working best for me. Now, I can easily do 5-7 and I believe 7-7. For some reason, 6-7 is giving me an issue, but 7-7 did not give me an issue. And I can farm 7-7, but I noticed that 4-7, I'm farming a lot faster. So for me personally, I'm in 4-7. This is what I like to farm. This is what's working for me. I tried to move a little bit higher, but I just like the speed of 4-7. I like, the fact that I'm finishing like 10 to 15 turns. It's just comfortable for me. I like the drops. So for me, I'm going to stick in 4-7 for a while. It's probably better for me to do 7-7 because all the resource drops are higher. But honestly, like if I want to farm up a Skylander, I could probably switch one of these out. Let's say Stealth Elf, put in my new Skylander, and then farm it up. I don't think I'd be able to do that in 7-7. So this is where I am every single day. I've been doing this for like the past 3 days because I just been blowing through gold like nobody's business. So we'll put this on some auto runs and we're going to end this one out here. Before we go, I just want to talk about my general experience in the game. So far, I do love the game. There is a lot of issues in the game that we always talk about on Twitch. I talk about it in my other videos. And as far as the gold thing goes, it is a huge problem. Same thing with the upgrading the artifacts with the 2 currencies and the fact that you can literally upgrade a 5-star piece of gear from 1 to 6. And it can literally cost you up to like 10 million gold. My piece the other day cost me about 6 million gold, and I think that's just outrageous. and it shouldn't be that way. It should not cost that much to get a 5-star piece of gear to level 6. Like, it shouldn't even be a million gold to get it to level 9 for that matter. Now, if you want to talk about it costing that much from level 12 to 15, that is a different story. I have no problem with that. But right now, there is a huge gold problem in this game because everything costs gold. Every single upgrade you do to your Skylander, everything you can bind, every skill you upgrade, basically everything you do in this game costs gold. So I think the fix for that would be to not have runes cost gold to upgrade. So maybe make it cost a little bit more ether and take the gold out altogether. I think that could really fix this problem. I don't think they're ever going to do it. Either that or give us a higher gold drop in adventures or give us another place to farm gold on a daily basis. I mean, there's just so many little things that they can do to fix it. But if you guys noticed in the last dev patch, they did not address the gold at all. And I believe every single content creator, streamer, everybody in the community has been complaining about it and reaching out to them, and they kind of ignored it. So I'm hoping in the next patch, they really address this situation, because that is what's going to make or break this game at this point, because it's really alienating the new and free-to-play players, you know, on top of, you know, the players getting huge compensations. There's just so many things pushing out new free-to-play players that I don't know if they realize this. I think they do, but they need to stop doing it because the game will end up dying if they continue this way. But again, I do love the game. I love grinding it. It's a lot of fun for me. I know it's a lot of fun for a lot of other people, but people do get tired of grinding sometimes, especially when your grind goes unnoticed. And when I say that, I mean like you grind for, you know, 24 hours and then you literally can't get one upgrade on your artifacts / runes because your gold gets drained, you know, 10 million from level 1 to 9. It's just really like makes you depressed inside and makes you not want to grind the game anymore. So I hope they take all of this into consideration. Just know that I'm going to continue to grind it. I absolutely love the game. I'm also going to continue to play other games on the side like I always do. I want to start, you know, getting some KOH videos back up, hopefully. But for me, I'm still enjoying the grind. I still love the game. You know me, I love to grind. I always have. So I hope you guys are enjoying the grind too. And let's just hope that Come To Us / Activision starts listening to us in these upcoming patches. If you guys want to be a part of the 2K sub celebration, that video will be linked down below. We just started it. If you want to be a part of the 2 giveaways that we have going on Discord, that will also be linked below. And if you want to be a part of the random giveaway, all you have to do is sub to the channel, like, and comment on my past 10 videos, and that will automatically enter you into the random giveaway. That is the biggest prize we do on this channel. As always, I love each and every single one of you. I will see you in the next one. Spaceballs out. Peace.